Continuing coverage as attorneys for the family of the 17-year-old Wichita boy who died in law enforcement custody said in court corrections officers used excessive force that day more than 4 years ago when Cedric Lofton suffered the cardiac arrest that would kill him.
He was in custody at the Cedric County Juvenile Intake and Assessment Center at the time. Today, his family's lawsuit entered its second week of what is expected to be a 3-week trial. KAKE's Pilar Pedraza was in the federal courtroom today with what sounds like a very emotional day for Lofton's family. Pilar?
Yeah, family and friends in the courtroom, they had to see autopsy photos as well as watch videos from the body cameras of the officers who first picked him up. And then, of course, there was that video we've all seen from the nearly 40 minutes corrections officers restrained him on the hard ground. There were at times sobs and gasps from those gathered in the gallery watching the testimony as it was going on. A forensic pathologist testified that incident, the restraint, is what killed him. The weight of the officers holding him down against that hard floor, causing what she called blunt force trauma that led to the cardiac arrest that he eventually died of. And she said it left a muscle bruise covering the majority of his upper back, something she found in her examination of his body a month after his death. She did agree with defense attorneys that the blunt trauma could have happened as many as 3 days before the incident at Jayak, but she said the fact he was up walking and talking and not complaining of pain in the hours and minutes before the restraint began points to the restraint as the cause of his death. We also heard for the first time from one of those detention officers who were holding Lofton down, Benito Mendoza, who said he was holding Lofton's ankles and that they were never in full control of him until Lofton started making snoring noises. Mendoza said, quote, he was continuously being combative. And then the Lofton family attorney asked, except for when he was calm, right? Mendoza answered, he wasn't calm for very long. Later, he added, he was never calm. He kept saying, F you, let me go, I'm God, Jesus, the devil. The Lofton family attorney ended his questioning saying, none of the officers were bucked off with CJ. In fact, you guys barely even moved during the time of the restraint. Now, defense attorneys spent a lot of time talking with Mendoza in detail about Lofton's actions while they were restraining him, in particular saying he was moving around and not always on his stomach. Mendoza said there was never a moment he felt the situation was in control, and he does not believe they used excessive force. Pilar Pedraza, KAKE News, on your side.